Thank you for being a classroom volunteer for the Raising a Reader program. The help that you offer the classroom is going to help the teacher ensure a smooth rotation schedule, and it'll give her or him more time to spend with their kids. So before we start, I want to give you a little bit of an overview about the Raising a Reader program so you understand the context under which we're going to talk about your volunteer work. Every classroom that participates in Raising a Reader has a collection of bags, each containing 3 or 4 different high-quality books that will rotate through the home. Each week, a child takes home a different bag with the hopes that by the end of the school year or program cycle, that family will have had the opportunity to share between 75 to 100 high-quality books. Each classroom has a little bit of a different style and schedule for their rotation schedule, but for today's demonstration, we're just going to use the most common, and that is usually when a bag goes home on Thursday, is the day they go out, and then they come back the following Tuesday. So you'll work with the teacher or the coordinator for that particular site to get a little bit more detail about how they rotate their schedules. So each bag, as I said, has 3 to 4 high-quality books. In this particular classroom, it's a kindergarten classroom, so there's 3 books in the bag. Every bag will have a tag and a number on it, and the number could be somewhere else on the bag. But then also there's a list of what the books that are inside the bag listed on that. If the day to bring them back is Tuesday, the teacher might have a bin or a box that the children just deposit the bags in as they enter in the classroom. So in this case, again, I'm the volunteer and I'm coming in on a Wednesday because that is the day in between the bags coming back and the bags going out again. So as a volunteer, I'm going to come in the classroom, I'll find the bag, the bin, or the place where all the bags are stored. And first I'm going to put them in numerical order, just to get an idea, to organize them. Then I'll look at the chart. And the way the charts are organized is by number. In this kindergarten classroom, we have 10 kids. So each child will have their own card, and they may have their picture, they may have their name, but every child will have a card. And on the back of the card is their name, a list of the bag numbers, and then an in and out date, kind of like an old-fashioned library card. So this represents where the bags were this week. So they all get returned, I put them into the order, and then I start my checking. So bag number 1, I'm going to open it up, and there's supposed to be 3 books in here, and guess what? There are 3 books. This is terrific. Savannah did a great job. So her bag is ready to go next week to the next child. So I'm going to put that in the yes pile. Bag number 2, open that up. And I see again 1, 2, 3 books in here. They all look like they're in great shape. So zip that up. And this is Hope. Hope did a great job too. So we move on to bag number 3. It seems a bit light. And sure enough, there are only 2 books in here. So we're missing 1. So what I'll do, there we go. So we're missing one of the books. So this is Melody. And I am going to mark Melody's pocket with a blue tag that's here in the pocket on the other side to mark that she still needs to return one of the books. So also in the pocket chart, you'll find handy tear-off slips. And this is where you as the volunteer can mark that it was bag number 3, and by cross-referencing the bags on the bag tag, I can see that the book she's missing is 8 Animals on the Town. So I'm going to write that on the blue bag, or on this blue slip, and set this aside along with the blue slip. And then the teacher can get to that later and send the blue slip home with Melody so she and her family can look for the missing book. So I'm going to continue on that same process, and for today's example, every other child returned their bag, and there's 3 books in every bag, so everyone is set to go. And now it's time to send them, get them to the next week's rotation cycle. So what I'll do is I'll take number 1, goes to number 2. Now I'm going to skip number 3 because Melody's bag is out of the rotation schedule. So her bag is put aside. So Hope is going to skip 3 and go to 4, and then we continue on. And of course, if there was other kids that had blue slips, we would skip over them as well. So do that for the rest of the class, and 10 comes back up to 1. And the last step that we do is now mark on the back of these cards the number of the book bag that they'll be taking home this week. So in this case, Joy is going to take bag number 1, and I'll just mark on the back of the card the date on Thursday, because that's the date that will go home, and put that all back in and go through. And now all of the children are in the pockets for the bag that they'll be taking home on Thursday, and it's ready for the teacher whenever she or he wants to start passing them out, or have the children come up and select their bag, look for their number. It's always a fun way to have them learn a little bit of their numbers. But that's it. So once again, thank you for being a volunteer, and happy bag rotating.